Well, extremely proud of my team. Thought that was a statement win today with a really great Florida State team. I've been so impressed by watching them all season long. So we started off a little bit slow, but I really love the toughness and resilience that we came out and showed in the second half. Obviously didn't shoot the ball well in the first half, but second half they gained their confidence. We started getting stops defensively and got out and ran. And I was really proud of their defense. Florida State, #1 in scoring offense in the ACC. To hold that type of team to 47 and to hold Latson to, how many points does Latson had? She had 9 points. To hold her to 9 points is a testament to our defensive identity. So really proud.
Coach, what did you adjust at the end of the first quarter that helped you guys come out stronger in that second quarter?
In the first quarter,
after the slow start.
Yeah, I went to the zone. I thought that was very helpful for us. Offensively, I felt like we had good looks. I didn't feel like it was really the offense. We just didn't miss shots. We didn't get any offensive rebounds. We were basically one shot and done. And so I kind of focused on that, like making sure that we did a better job of really crashing the boards, not just having one shot and being done. And I felt like our stops and transition got us out to run a little bit. Liv's foul trouble kind of slowed us down. When I brought her back in the game with 2 fouls, I thought that really ignited us.
And the minutes that KK was able to get today, obviously very productive. How was that for you guys, just, her stepping up into their role?
Yeah, I mean, I was saying in the locker room, I'm so impressed by KK. She plays with such maturity for a freshman. She was a big spark off the bench for us. And again, I knew that her role was going to expand, losing Dara, and I just feel like she stepped into that role. Sometimes she plays the 4, sometimes she plays the guard. She's very versatile, and it's really helping us. And I was really proud of her effort today.
Niele, they were almost 40 points below their season average and almost 30 below their previous game low. Who and or what was most responsible for that?
Collectively, our team defense was amazing. We started off with Sony, started off trying to really put a lot of pressure on Latson, and then we went to the zone. So that was collectively. So our wings were out, our center was there for the rotation, and our guards did a great job of trying to keep her in front and containing her. So I thought that was a really team effort when we went to the zone. KK and Sony started out man-to-man against her and really pressure and made every shot a tough shot.
And then the decision to start Lauren, will that be going forward like it's been, you had one set lineup beforehand, or is that going to depend on matchups?
Yeah, it might depend on matchups, but I really like our experience. I like our size with that lineup, so I'm going to continue looking at that.
Mentioning that this being the first game without Dara, how did you feel about the rotational balance that you guys worked out for the first, time out without her?
Yeah, I mean, we worked the whole game on versus Virginia, so got a chance to kind of feel the flow of that, and then practice. I've been trying to work through the lineup so different players can get comfortable playing with each other. But I thought they did a great job. Again, I think it was mostly us finding our rhythm offensively that kind of slowed us down in the first half. But I thought rotation-wise, I thought it worked.
And then as far as knowledge of the offense, it seemed like there was a couple times where people were kind of looking for the spots to go or sort of checking in with other players. Do you feel like you're at a good spot with that as far as like top to bottom, or are there a couple of spots where you could possibly do better?
Yeah, I think it's going to be an adjustment. Dara backed up the point. She was a voice, so sometimes she was directing while she was on the court. So now you have a couple freshmen that are kind of being in those spots a little bit more. So I think over time, that comfort level is going to be better, and it's going to be less confusion. That's my job, not to confuse them.
Kyle, I've got sort of a question for you. When you guys start off the game, slower on offense as you did, what's sort of something that you guys can either go to get yourselves back on track, or how do you sort of figure that out from a player's perspective?
Mm-hmm. I think mainly in the second half, our main thing was just attacking the basket, and KK did a great job of that. Just being aggressive and shooting with confidence, even when shots aren't falling for us. Just keep shooting those shots, like Coach Ivey said. Like, they were good shots, they just weren't falling. So just keeping at it, basically.
And then as far as the defensive focus, obviously Latson was a huge part of that, I'm sure. But were there certain areas that you guys felt like you performed higher than usual today on the defensive end?
I think we really just played for each other tonight and for Dara, and just coming into that second half, we knew that we needed to kind of get our stuff together, and we were talking so much. We really had each other's backs, and I think that was the biggest reason why we were able to kind of pull away like that.
With the different starting lineup, Kylie, kind of having 3 4s in there, down in the paint, was that different for your game at all to, adjust to at the beginning?
I mean, a little bit. I've played with Eves a good amount during the year, so it's also something that we kind of have chemistry with, and I'm sure we're going to get even more chemistry just with practice and getting more comfortable with that lineup. So, yeah.
Kind of going off that, Coach, what did you make of Lauren's play in her first start with you guys?
I thought she was great. She ended with a double-double. She's solid. Great presence when we get her the ball. I think she finishes very well. One of the best in the country finishing. So she's ready. I feel like I had 6 starters the entire season. So I thought that was easy for her.
And then KK, we talked about her a little bit earlier, but you mentioned having 6 starters. She was kind of like a 7th with how early she came in. I think this was a career high in minutes for her. Does it feel like she's finally at that point where you can put her out there for 30 minutes and feel completely comfortable even though she's a freshman?
Yeah, absolutely. Sometimes I'm kind of checking the wind to see if she needs a breather or a break. But she's worked so hard. She's really working on recovery. She's really, again, very mature for a freshman, really understanding what she needs to do on and off the court. And she's kind of growing into being able to play longer stretches. And then, again, with the loss of Dara, our guards have to play longer stretches.
The hustle plays with her, how big were those? It seems like she was getting to the free throw line. Crowd gets into it when that happens and kind of slows the game down for you guys.
Yeah, I thought she had some great momentum boosters, sometimes offensive rebounds that got and ones, some deflections in transition, getting steals, being in the right spot at the right time. I feel like she's really turning into that type of person and type of player. So she gave us a huge spark today.
Niele, just a thought on Sunday, the team that eliminated you last year, but also the team that you had your signature win probably against last year. Just your early thoughts on North Carolina State.
Yeah, excited. It's our first time playing at NC State in the last 3 years. Understand it's going to be an incredible matchup. Again, here on out, every opponent we see is going to be really tough, and we have to have that road mentality, that warrior mentality. So that's my plan. Really great team. They got a couple new pieces, and it's a sold out. I've heard it's sold out. Know that they're going to play their best game against us, and we have to bring the same second half that we brought today for 40 minutes down in North Carolina. But I'm excited for the matchup.